Hi and welcome. This sequence we will be focusing on the sixth chakra, Ajna. This is located at the third eye. Sixth chakra is all about your inner guidance. This is your home of perception. So as we move through this sequence, I'll be guiding you to really starting to connect with getting clarity of your visions, how you see things, how you see yourself. So we'll go ahead and start in child's pose.
We'll take a few deep breaths here.
If your forehead is not
So take a few deep breaths here.
if your forehead doesn't quite reach the floor or the mat, go ahead and grab a pillow or a bolster so that you can apply just a little bit of pressure to this area. You can start to bring the gaze up into this area. This is where the pineal gland is.
Just that little bit of pressure to bring focus. And start to soften the breath. And let gravity do the work here. Ajna is your command center.
Start to bring the torso up and swing the legs around to the front and come right back into a forward fold, right into caterpillar. So if the backs of the legs are inhibiting that range of motion, bend the knees a little bit. You want to think about just letting the back round. If you normally do things like this and you pull everything out from under you to get deeper, I'm going to always recommend that you shove it right back under you where it belongs so that we're getting into the tissues that are really stimulated by the yin yoga practice, all right? So come on forward. You can rest on your forearms here, or again, put a block here to rest your head. So we come back to that little bit of pressure on the third eye. The element of this chakra is light. Whenever you feel like you have that light bulb moment, you suddenly see it. Ah, I see. That's when sixth chakra is switched on. How you see things, how you see the world around you, and how you see yourself. So depending on the five below and the one above, we can have a lot of interference with our perceptions. So this sequence is specifically designed to help get some clarity, to begin to see things clearly. And just by bringing awareness to the area of the third eye, already sixth chakra is paying attention. So here in this forward fold, breathe softly and get just that gentle pressure in the area of this chakra. Nice soft breath. No matter how evolved we think we are, we can always see things with new eyes or with a new perspective. So maybe there's a current situation in your life where you could just start to see it in a different way from someone else's viewpoint. There's always room to expand. And take a few more breaths here. Softening. Not just the breath or the body, but also the way we see things. And the way we see ourselves. There's always room to soften there. Go ahead and start to walk the torso up. Keep the eyes closed and keep that gaze up at that point of the sixth chakra. Take the hands back behind you and start to just get a little bit of length along the front of the body. Let the head drop back. Nice. And then we'll bend the knees, bring the knees up to the chest and come into this tuck position. So you can hold on to the shins here. And let the head rest here, maybe on the knees. It's all going to depend. Nice. Go ahead and straighten the legs, bounce the knees a little bit. And then we're going to roll onto the back and come into fish pose. So nice and easy. You can get the head all the way onto the mat if you like, or you can just kind of bring the elbows a little bit closer behind you and let the head's going to kind of rest on the trapezoids if you squeeze the shoulder blades together. So either way, But while we are in this position, this is your opportunity to see things in a new light. So if there's an aspect of yourself that you want to just brighten up a little bit or see with different eyes, just take a moment here to envision that part of you, to see that piece of you that's always available, something that you want to just brighten up a little bit. And bring the gaze up to the third eye. And see yourself in a new light. Just a few more breaths here. And slowly come onto the back, bend the knees to the chest, and we'll rock up and down the spine. Just a couple of times. And then roll all the way up. We're going to come right back into child's pose. Any modifications or blocks that you need in order to get
A little bit of weight in this area. Just to kind of seal in this new, fresh perspective. If you can change the way you see things or see the world around you, you will just start to naturally change the way you see yourself. And then that also goes both ways. And sometimes all we need is a fresh outlook.
And start to bring the torso up to vertical. And just make your way into a seated position. Keep the eyes closed. Bring that gaze just up into that little place, just a little bit above the eyebrows and a little bit behind. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Namaste. Practice this sequence anytime you feel like you just need a fresh outlook on whatever it is that you're doing. All right, I'll see you next time.